Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out The Amazing American Circus. This game is developed by Juggler Games, published by Clubatter, and releases on September 16th, 2021 for a price of $19.99. So what is The Amazing American Circus? It's a unique hybrid combination of a management game with a strategy card game built in. So you control a circus that you've inherited that you have to go around and perform shows in. And what you do while you're performing your shows are you have to get through a set amount of challenges while you're playing and deal with a deck of cards to perform tricks and acts to entertain the crowd that you have. Now, you're going to travel through a wide variety of cities while you're playing the game and get to travel, really the entire, United States, countryside as you sit and build up your acts and try to get a deck that's going to allow you to have the greatest performance. The game has a ton of strategic, you know, setups when it comes to the acts that you have performing during each kind of show you're doing down to the finale and everything in between. The way you set your shows up and the way you play your cards will ultimately determine how the crowd reacts to you while you're trying to get a certain amount of attribute points to get through the certain acts while you're playing. Now, every card you play is going to do very different things in the game, so it's very much like any traditional, deck of card games. You're going to have a mana point style system to play your cards as best you can, entertain everybody, and then continue rinsing and repeating the process until you've either, calmed down the guests that are rowdy and crazy or completed out all your acts. Now, you also need to protect your characters. Each of them have a health bar that, the crowd can be rampant and cause issues with, so you have to play certain cards very strategically to make sure that you keep all your guests happy and you don't lose out on all your performers. Lose all your performers and the game is over. Now, the way the game does this is as you play cards, they go into a burn pile of your deck. You then can play out, and then you'll eventually just redraw your next turn. The crowd will get to perform a couple actions, and you'll rinse and repeat this phase. Now, for what's in this game, it's very in depth. There's a lot of content management style systems that allow you to really customize out everything while you're playing. But the gameplay for me is a little lackluster. It's very repetitive in sense as you go from cities to cities. Your shows and cards you're going to use are going to change and vary, but it's a lot of rinse and repeating as you're playing this game. I think it's neat from the standpoint of maybe the first 30 minutes to an hour that you're playing the game, but I really do feel that it does kind of lose its lackluster pretty quick while you're playing. And a lot of the times you can honestly just pick and select cards without any real rhyme or reason. You just can continue playing and go on and button mash to get through a lot of the levels. Achievement wise, the game is a little challenging and will take some time if you're trying to get all the achievements. I do like the mechanic of where you're kind of burning a card after each little performance skit, so it does make it almost like a timed clock and a little harder for you to play, but at the same time you can get cards with certain cards back out of your burn decks. So in a way it kind of, you know, makes it not really worthwhile while you're playing. So you're mainly just setting up defensive stats while you're, going and trying to just get through the act each day. Overall, it's an okay game. I like the definite, circus style artistic take that the game has. I do think a lot of the menus and systems in the game are very quite overcomplicated for what they are, and I think that they could have, really simplified things a little bit better when it comes to how this game works. And I think the tutorial system, although it's there, unless you're really familiar with card games, I think most gamers are going to really struggle to try to understand this game. Overall, if I'm going to give The Amazing American Circus any type of a rating or review, I'm probably looking at giving it about a 5 out of 10, especially at the $20 price point. I don't think this game should quite come in at a $20 price point, probably better around that 12 to 15 range. For what it is, it's got to compete with a lot of other games, and when it comes to combat-esque style card mechanic games, which is really what this comes down to, you have a lot of games out there that are even free at some stunts with games like Minion Masters that you can go check out on the channel if you're curious more about, that I definitely think gives a little bit of a better package and allows you to play and interact with other people. So, but yeah, overall, that's my opinion of the game. We'll keep the gameplay footage here going so you can see how the rest of this act plays out and you can see the whole show here. Overall, though, I hope you guys do enjoy this review. If you have any questions about the game, let me know down in the comments. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.